How do you think AI will impact the animation industry for future generations?
This is the thing that keeps me up at night.
Is AI taking over the animation industry? I used to be skeptical, but now I'm seriously worried. I mean, just look at this, 100% generated with AI with a simple text prompt. No wonder many artists are freaking out about their jobs. Oh, and then there's the scraping issue where artists have their work stolen. Many friends have stopped posting their art on Instagram because of this.
Very recently, Meta was kind enough to let us know that they were scraping all of the content on Instagram for their AI. Ever since ArtStation was bought by Epic Games, it has become pro-AI art. And that has turned off a lot of artists, including myself. I deleted my account from ArtStation soon after the AI art appeared.
This is very confusing. Maybe we should ask someone who's been through the CG revolution and embraced tech. Let's see what Chris Sanders, the writer-director of Lilo Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, and The Wild Robot, has to say. Should we fear for our jobs?
I fear mostly for story artists. The idea that somebody is going to sit at a microphone or at a keyboard and just type in some command codes and pull up a storyboard. There's a lot of studios that know better, but there's probably a lot of people out there that don't have as much money as a big studio, and this is a shortcut. Now, I know that aspects of the industry are already on top of this and dealing with it. I know that the Writers Guild, Directing Guild, they're dealing with it and finding a way to keep that stuff from being legal to use. I think it's mostly, my biggest concern is with story, because that's where I started out. And I talk to young story artists all the time, and I always advise them, like, story is the place to be. Learning story will prepare you to do anything else, to direct, to write, even to be a better layout artist. Because if you're thinking about story, then your work is going to work better. So that's my main worry. My name showed up on a list of people, that whole, what was it called? It was that giant leak that came out, that company. What was her name?
Midjourney.
Yeah, I'm on the Midjourney list. That was horrifying. And the thing I really don't understand why somebody can come into my house and steal something and I can have the police capture them and prosecute them. If they stole my drawings from my house, they would go to jail. But if they steal my style, nothing happens. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm extremely upset by the idea that people are out there working very hard to put people out of work. It makes no sense to me. Putting that power in people's hands in one way is yay, if it's helpful, but allowing people who don't bother learning the craft, you're like, oh, great, I can just push a button now. Oh, look what I made. Oh my God, like, people have stolen my artwork, recolored it, and put it online. Look what I drew. There's a lot of people out there that don't get the boundaries, that don't have that sort of, I guess, integrity. There's a lot of people that don't get that.
Another thing that I see is that to somebody that doesn't know anything about that, that it looks pretty, it looks like it's capable of doing, but then as soon as you scratch the surface of everything, it goes, all the tiny little details and choices that a real artist makes, that you see a difference.
Yes, I was just thinking while you were saying that as well, you can't type in or talk into the microphone of AI and go, give me an adorable character that everybody's going to fall in love with. It's not going to work. That's where I think AI is, like, everything is going to equalize in some way. When digital music came out, it was like, oh, records are dead. Records are still around. There's a shift and then a correction. When I go to some art sites and I look at everybody's AI art, it all looks the same. It looks the same. It is characterless, it is personalityless. I just saw one of Abraham Lincoln at the Super Bowl, and it kicks out 25 versions of that. Great. It's worthless. That's the other thing. I can do a drawing and ink it, an original, actual drawing. Oh my God, here's one right here. A drawing I made on a piece of paper, a real piece of paper, right? And that is worth something. But if you make something on a computer and do multiple prints, those prints aren't worth anything unless you promise to go back and destroy the original program. If you don't understand the craft, if you don't understand story, if you've never disciplined yourself to work on a story, you could talk into a computer or type things in all day long, and you're eventually just going to get a series of images that don't add up to anything.
Of course, Chris is not the only artist worried about AI. Want to hear an even stronger take? Let's hear it from Patrick Harpin, the writer and showrunner of My Dad, the Bounty Hunter.
AI is a threat to everybody. It's terrible. It's horrible. I won't work with anyone who's using AI, obviously. I'm worried on the writer story side because to the computers, I'm bring it on. Try to hold people's attention. I don't think they can. It's not true intelligence. You know what I mean? It's just copying things. I feel like as a writer, I barely want to watch a lot of shows that are written by humans. You think I want to watch a show written by a chatbot? No. I think it's more of a threat for people in the visual development side. I think that's a very real threat threat, I think, on the story side. Maybe I'm cocky, but I'm like, come on, IBM computer, try to do my job, which is maybe foolhardy, but that's how I feel about it. I think that right now it is a scary time in animation. To use an animation metaphor, I feel like it's like in Mononoke, where like they killed the forest god, basically. He blew up in everyone's face. But at the same time, now new stuff is growing. I want to see artists employed. That I want more of. It's up to us to stay connected with audiences. That's on us.
George Lucas just said it's inevitable. Bob Iger asked artists to be reasonable.
I mean, it's like saying, I don't believe these cars are going to work. Let's just stick with the horses. Let's just stick with the horses.
And the CEO of Netflix said that AI is not going to take your job, but the person who uses AI might take your job. So what do you think? Is there a point in resisting AI? Or should we just embrace it? Is there a way to use it ethically? Let's start a discussion in the comments below. Maybe the future is not too bleak. There's an amazing studio that survived the CG revolution and is still creating wonderful 2D animation. I'm talking about Cartoon Saloon. And when I asked co-founder and director Tom Moore about his thoughts on AI, his answer was not what I expected. Click here to discover why he thinks that despite all the challenges, there could be a bright side to all of this. I'm Pietro, this is Write for Animation, and I'll see you in the next video.